Hey, great job responding to the elements of art and the language of art and answering those questions. So it's really great to see your responses because I think about all your little personalities. So what you guys are going to do is create a viewfinder. And so this is what a viewfinder looks like. It's just a piece of cardboard, and you look through it, you view through it. So have a picture of it, kind of a little picture in your handout. So this is a viewfinder. So you can see that this frame right here is what you look through, and it helps you zoom in on something. So you're going to zoom in on my face. Lovely. So anyway, you're going to make your own viewfinder, and then you're going to use it to do 4 practice drawings. When you get ready to make a viewfinder, this is an old cereal box, you can see. You just need to find some cardboard. Here's just some stock that I had from packaging, receiving something in the mail. You can also just do a corrugated cardstock. It'll be thicker and a little harder to cut, but it'll certainly be strong, right? So the first thing that you need to do is draw a rectangular shape. So you can see this is a rectangle. So you'll need to get a ruler. I don't have my glasses. Okay, I have my little shiny spectacles on, my glasses. So now we're going to make a rectangular shape. And remember, a rectangular is at least twice as long as one of the sides. So it's long edge and a shorter edge. So this one is 6 inches. So that's a good measurement. So I can take the edge of the paper right here and utilize this edge as something I don't have to cut. So what I can do is take my ruler here to the edge and mark where 6 inches is. 6 inches. So I've marked 6 inches. So now I'm just going to move my ruler up a little bit like this. And from that same edge, I'm going to mark 6 inches. So this is where my 0 is to 6 inches, and this is where my 0 point is to 6 inches. So that this length and this length will be 6 inches. So it's a rectangular shape, so it's got to be at least half of that. And this says 4. So 4 would be good. So now this becomes my 0 edge right here. 0 edge, 0 edge. So I'm going to pivot, and I'm going to mark 4 inches. And I'm going to come down a little bit. I know my 6 inches is right here, so I don't want to go past that. Just come up here somewhere and mark my 4 inches. So now I have from 0 to here 6 inches. And I have from 0 to here 4 inches. So that now I'm going to connect the dots. So these are my 2 6 inches. I'm going to just line up my ruler and make my line coming down. These are my other 2 dots. So I'm going to connect, and there's my viewfinder. Does that fit? Yeah, it fits. Okay, so then I cut this out. I'm going to use the back of the scissors like a crocodile's mouth. One thing about cutting is once I get started now, I can rest the edge of the cardboard against the side of the scissors, and that'll help me cut straight. So I'm going to rest the scissors up against the side and make a crocodile chomp from the back of the scissors. So I'm going to rest and make a crocodile chomp. Get it started. Rest it against this edge of the scissors and make a crocodile chomp. Need a little viewfinder, just a little view. And if you've noticed that, we can probably see it better on this side, that this is a little wider than here, so you can hold it. So from my edge, I have 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. Okay? So now on this will be my 0 edge. This will be my 0 edge, and this is my 0 edge. So from here, I'm going to mark 1 inch. And from here, I'm going to mark 1 inch. And I'm just going to go ahead and line those up, those dots up. And then I just have it. My other 0 edge, I'm going to mark. I know that I don't need to come out here because this area is going to get cut out. So I'm going to go past this line. I'm going to mark. I need to make 2 marks. So from this edge, there's my mark, 1 inch. From this edge, I'm going to mark another 1 inch. And now from this edge, I have a 1 inch mark and a 1 inch mark. And I'm going to line up my ruler. And it doesn't matter if the lines cross over. So I have like this little crossing here, that's okay. So now I know, here's my other 0 edge. So I had 1, 2, 3 0 edges. So here's my other 0 edge. So I'm going to come over here. I know that I don't need to go up in here, so I'm going to come down here and go 1 inch. And then just come down a little further and go 1 inch. And then I've got 0, 1 inch, 0, 1 inch. I'm going to line that up. All right. So now, how much space do I want here? This holding on to space is 2 inches. So this is my last edge. Okay? So this one is going to be in 2 inches. So here I have 2 inches. So I'm going to mark 2, and I'm going to mark 2. And now I'm going to line those up. So now this is the area that's going to get cut out. I'm going to cut out that area. So this, where the X is, gets cut out. So now how am I going to cut that out? Well, if you don't use thick cardboard, you can kind of just bend it, but I want to keep that nice and smooth. So, keeping this not up in the air, but just in an area where I won't scratch the table. This is a pretty scratch up table. I'm going to put, maybe with some leftover cardboard, my piece of paper right here. I'm going to close my scissors so they're safer, and I'm just going to drill a little hole. I can just kind of poke a little hole, like that. If your cardboard's not too thick, like if you use a cereal box, if you wiggle, 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 you might get a hole. So I have this X right here, okay? So now, little chomps, little nibbles, I'm going to come in and line my end of my scissors up to the corner and chomp. Little nibbles on the X and line up the corner and chomp. Little nibbles, line up the corner and chomp. Little nibbles, line up the corner and chomp. Now I have this area that's easier to work with to cut. So if I want to, I could take my ruler, line it up like this, and kind of soften the cardboard. So that way I can come in here and make little chomps right where the fold is, little nibbles. And line up the corner and then chomp. Okay? So then I can put my ruler here again and loosen it up. It's a lot easier if you put that on the table. Up the corner and then chomp. A little nibble. And you can see that if you don't get your cardboard too thick, like the best thing would be a cereal box. Maybe your parents will let you empty a cereal box into the bag, into a Ziploc baggie, or just pull the inner lining bag out of cereal. And now I have a viewfinder. So you can kind of zoom in on Miss Griffin's eye. So what your assignment is going to be is written in this PDF document. You're going to use your viewfinder to zoom in on something and get a piece of paper and draw what you see.